speak through Fox News and let the independents who are tuning into you, let them know what it is that she stands for, the principles behind her positions.
It used to be that new candidates were advised to brush up on the issues so they could handle questions from anyone, even tough questions. The idea behind that was that it prepared you also for actually governing. But now the advice to candidates is only to talk to sympathetic reporters.
We need to start now by electing strong leaders who aren't afraid to shake it up. We need strong, principled leaders, public servants who respect our Constitution.
Where Paul Revere hung out as a teenager, which was something new to learn. And, you know, he who warned the British that they weren't going to be taking away our arms by reading those bills and making sure as he's riding his horse through town to send those warning shots and bells that we were going to be secured and we were going to be free. We were going to be off.
The lamestream media jumped all over Palin on the technicality that Paul Revere never rang any bells or fired any warning shots. Well, that doesn't mean Palin wasn't raising awareness of history. Without her, no one would have checked into what actually happened. To prove Palin was right all along, her supporters went on Wikipedia this weekend and edited Paul Revere's page to accurately reflect her version of the story. Unfortunately, the hardcore fact addicts at Wikipedia have undone the changes and locked Paul Revere's page, which is why I want all of you to go to the Wikipedia page for bells and make sure it reads, bells used by Paul Revere to warn the British that, hey, you're not going to succeed in taking our guns, USA, USA.
So she was, of course, barbecued for that answer. It wasn't the bells, it was the lanterns warning the British, she claimed.
It wasn't mid-morning, it was midnight.
There were a lot of elements that were up for scrutiny. Yeah. Well, former governor was on Fox News Sunday yesterday.
Don't show this to us.
Defending. Yesterday, she defended her answer. Let's
Wait, was the defense as painful as the answer?
You realize that you messed up about Paul Revere, don't you?
You know what? I didn't mess up about Paul Revere. Here's what Paul Revere did. He warned the Americans that the British were coming, and they were going to try to take our arms. Part of his ride was to warn the British that were already there that, hey, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to take American arms. You are not going to beat our own well-armed persons, individual private militia that we have. He did warn the British. And in a shout-out, gotcha type of question that was asked of me, I answered candidly, and I know my American history.
There you go.
So
it was a gotcha question. That cannot be the
a gotcha. She called it a gotcha question. So Palin was right. There actually were hobbits that night hating Paul Revere.
Stop it.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Is that correct?
She called it a gotcha question. I'm going to repeat it. What have you seen so far today, and what are you going to take away from your visit?
Everything's a gotcha question of her, isn't it? What newspapers do you read?
You were up, you spent some time with the former governor.
Have you ever had sex? I mean, everything's a gotcha question.
Not everything, just the ones where our answers aren't good.
Perhaps we are not properly educating our youth in the exceptional nature of America. It's worrisome because this belief in American exceptionalism is something that every new generation has got to make its own if we expect our republic and our liberties to be secure and to live on. For America to survive, we have got to pass this on to that next generation, to the young kids who are here, to the students.
You know, this real America, does it exist, John?
Well, in terms of real American and exceptionalism, look, the most basic thing that people can do in support of a democracy is vote. And we take our votes very seriously. The people of Alaska voted for Sarah Palin, and Sarah Palin quit. Exceptional people don't quit. And I seriously tell my kids this probably 2 or 3 times a week. It's better to lose than to quit. So she can sit there and she can talk about being exceptional. She can talk about better of America. If she were a better person, she would have stood and fought. She chose to check out and to do it to make money. I've got no problem with making money, but that's what she is. She's a reality
I
star.
have a different observation, though. He hears what's going on. That speech, the first 20 minutes, was every vapid cliche strung together. It was complete, almost nonsense.
Suppose Senator John Doe puts forth a constitutional amendment that would outlaw abortion, even in cases of rape or incest, and he asked you to attend the announcement and support him in that. Would you do it?
I would. Yes, a proposal like that, I would stand by it.
Let's be completely clear about the facts here. There is no place in the world and no time in history where restricting women's reproductive rights makes a people or a nation more free or more equal. These extreme positions on abortion are, without any question, a war on American girls and women, and the fact that there are women who are both complicit and participatory in it is really neither surprising nor unprecedented. It has always been true, and it is incredibly important that we recognize that despite the fact that we can be very proud of these women and as politicians, that the question is, how do women as citizens fare on the other side of them either being elected or not elected?